told what to say and do, but only a friend can know the you that's you. So think before you do what they say. It's your life, so go your own way. Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, no you can't, but you can if you know why.
Hola chavales, ¿cómo estamos? Aquí Indio desde la sala GRUTA 77 de Madrid, en el rescate mundial del rock and roll en el que andamos todos. Tengo una pregunta para Svetlanas. Sé que sois de las bandas europeas que más habéis girado por todo el continente. Evidentemente conocéis la situación de la escena rusa. Habéis viajado por América, creo que por Australia también. ¿Cuál de las escenas que habéis visitado ha sido la que más os ha sorprendido? ¿En cuál os habéis sentido más identificados, mejor tratados? ¿En cuál habéis conocido bandas más interesantes? ¿Cuáles son las salas que más os han gustado en esos viajes interminables? Y concretamente de la escena española, si conocéis alguna banda y cuál es esa banda favorita que tenéis aquí en España. Gracias.
Hey yo, Diste and Olga from the mighty Svetlana. Yes, you are right. We traveled a lot and we fucking love to do this.
There is a very strong scene that we like in America, in the US, especially in Texas. Texas is one of the states with the more powerful attitude.
Freaky attitude,
Yeah,
in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
And Dallas and Austin are two of the probably most powerful scene for the punk and hardcore music.
Yeah, and talking about Europe, I could say the Basque Country is probably the one that identifies us more.
Absolutely.
Because of their attitude.
And because their values, they fight for these values, we fight for these values, everyone needed to fight for these values. And Spain, about Spain, yes, we know some bands, and I'm a big fan of Ratzinger.
Yeah, they're good guys, good players.
Good politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Punk is politics.
Other bands we know from Spain?
Absolutely, Scapi!
Yeah, of course. And I used to listen to Sociedad Alcohólica when I was a kid, so they were one of my favorites.
So we need to put the word hand on this pandemic, so we can come back and play with a lot of Spanish great band. Fuck yeah!
Whoa.
Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, no you can't, but you can if you know why.
Esta pregunta es para Stacy Crown. Adoro mi ciudad, soy de Madrid. Me gusta muchísimo sus rincones especiales y la peculiaridad que tenemos de siempre compartir todo en los bares. Sé que estuvisteis grabando algunas de los recordings de vuestro disco aquí en Madrid. No sé si estuvisteis 5 días, una semana, lo desconozco. Pero ¿qué recordáis de la ciudad? ¿Cómo os trató la ciudad? ¿Cómo os movisteis? ¿Qué percibisteis? No sé, ¿os gustó Madrid? ¿Visteis ambiente de rock? ¿Qué recordáis de aquella grabación?
Hey everyone, this is Dustin from Stacy Crown. So we were asked a question about our time in Madrid. Basically, we were looking for someone to produce our album, and we found a Swedish guy called Ola Ersfjord, working out of Madrid, and decided to work with him. Yeah, he was really nice. He helped us with pre-recordings, which we did from home, but he gave us a lot of feedback and stuff. So we had all our files ready, and then we flew to Madrid. Luckily, at the time, one of our really good friends who used to play bass for the band, Andy Berlin, we call him, shout out. He was still living in Madrid at the time, around Plaza de España, fairly close, I think it was. And he was there for 1 or 2 nights, and then he was away, so we had the flat to ourselves. We had a really great first night. It was crazy because I nearly got my ass kicked, but still it was a really fun night. We met some of our friends from the Turbo Madrid at, was it Wrong Way Bar, I think? Yeah, I think so. And got shit-faced, had a great time. So in the next few days, the studio, as we discovered, was in Malasaña, which we didn't know. We'd only been to Madrid, I think, well, I'd been once, and I think Dominic was there once. It was only the 2 of us there during our time. And so Malasaña is, for those of you who don't know it, it's like a really cool, hip place which is really, you know, lots of great nightlife, lots of great bars, restaurants, and a few clubs and stuff. And it's just, there's rock and roll everywhere. You go to a cafe for lunch, you know, everything's organic food, everything is green and stuff, but they're playing Creedence Clearwater Revival. Or you go to a Spanish lunch place, you know, well, I say Spanish, not touristy or not for hipsters, and they're playing Led Zeppelin. And this was the place everywhere, and everyone was running around in band shirts and leather jackets and, you know, looking really cool. And we were supposed to be the cool rock band, but we felt like complete idiots because everyone was just cooler than us. But we had a great time nonetheless. Ola introduced us to his friends. They were all super nice. We had a great time there, especially at a bar called Maimu, which was around the corner from the studio. And after hours, we had some very late nights, and it was very hard getting up in the morning to sing in front of the microphone. But yeah, I'd do it anytime again. Madrid is a great place. I would love to play there. Last year we were going to come to Spain. We couldn't. You all know why. So I really hope we can do it in the future. And I hope you guys enjoy the stream. And be safe, be healthy, and listen to Stacey Grown. All the best.
Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, no you can't, but you can if you know why.
Salud, Tear Them Down. Tenía una reflexión y una pregunta para vosotros. Aquí en España la situación por la alarma sanitaria y por la pandemia del COVID, la situación es muy grave para las salas de concierto, las bandas de música y los promotores. Las ayudas gubernamentales son muy pocas y parece que muchos pequeños negocios se van a quedar por el camino y algunas bandas no van a poder resistir la presión y tendrán los músicos que buscar otros trabajos. Me gustaría saber cuál es la situación en Suecia. Siempre vemos Suecia como un país más avanzado que nosotros aquí en España y no sé si realmente vuestro gobierno está apoyando la cultura y si dentro de la cultura están apoyando la música y si dentro de la música están apoyando el underground, el rock and roll, el punk rock, el hardcore. Me gustaría que nos explicarais qué es lo que está ocurriendo y cómo lo estáis gestionando vosotros, si realmente lo estáis pasando mal o económicamente podéis sosteneros y cómo os enfrentáis a esto y qué intentáis hacer para ayudar en vuestro entorno. También me gustaría que hicierais una reflexión conmigo sobre la situación en el tercer mundo, porque si realmente económicamente lo estamos pasando tan mal en la parte más favorecida del planeta, ¿cómo se estará viviendo esto y qué medidas a nivel internacional se están tomando para paliar el déficit en estos países, si realmente están llegando las vacunas o no, y cómo debería reaccionar la comunidad internacional? Muchísimas gracias y salud.
Hola España, bienvenidos a årets industriområde. The COVID situation in Sweden, well, what can we say?
It's the difference between other countries is basically it's like Sunday every day. because we have had like I would say like a 50% lockdown all the time. We haven't had like a real lockdown. So personally for me, I work at a small venue, capacity 100 people. So we had a really hard time for 1 year. I've been fucking broke for 1 year, but somehow we managed to survive so far because of the music fans, supporters and regulars, and then the so-called support from the state does not work. It only works for big business, but there are music organizations that is able to get
So they apply for government funds, so
Yeah,
they can use it to
Yes.
support local businesses and like local art and stuff like that.
Yes, and these organizations are people who are involved in the music business or like the DIY underground scene. So that is the only support, economical support we have got, and of course we are very grateful for that, because we're very aware that a lot of other people have it way worse, but all small venues have a very hard time and they are broke, they are fucking tired, but you cannot kill DIY culture because we never had any money anyways, so it doesn't really matter. At the end of the
That's
day,
right.
we never made money playing music, and we will not stop just because.
It's like, yeah, and you know, we do what we can do to, if you can, we, as Oscar said, we don't have a complete lockdown. We never had, like, so it's still possible to go out and support local small businesses. So if you can, it's a lot of talk about, yeah, you can go buy food at stuff and maybe bring takeaway so we don't like gather so many people there. But it's for a musician in underground music in Sweden, I think it's we are fortunate enough to have jobs, so that is what we have to do now.
Yeah, we have recorded in the studio and rehearsed, made music videos, everything that you can possibly do except play live. And all the venues close at 8 o'clock. We cannot have shows, but you can go there and drink and buy food. So that's the only support you can do if you have money. Go to your favorite venue, buy some beer or food, or support live streams if they have some, donate money if you have money. Most people don't, but you can only do what you can do.
Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, no you can't, but you can if you know why.
Saludos amigos de Battle Cup. Llevo unos días escuchándoos y la verdad es que percibo en vosotros muchos estilos confluyendo en uno. Veo que habéis bebido de la música de garaje, habéis bebido del punk rock, habéis bebido quizá del grunge. Y mi pregunta es, perdón, para cada uno de los tres, ¿cuál es vuestra década del rock and roll favorita? Los 60 con aquel inicio del beat o del garaje, los 70 con la explosión del punk, los 80 con el power pop y la new wave, quizá los 90 con el surgimiento del grunge. No sé, me gustaría conocer cuál es la década que más os ha influenciado y por qué. Gracias.
Hey, I'm Gustav. This is Pontus. We play in the band Bottle Cap from Gothenburg, Sweden, and we're here to talk about which decade in rock and roll we like the most. So, Pontus.
To me, it's definitely the 90s. I just love the sound, I love the attitude, and when it was heavy, it was really heavy, and when it was weird, it was really weird. I still listen to like Rage Against the Machine, Fu Manchu, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beastie Boys, Cypress Hill. The list goes on and on and on and on. Like the music evolved from 70s, 80s, and just combined to something beautiful.
I'm gonna have to say the 70s because that's what I grew up with. My dad used to show me like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, but also like punk stuff like Ramones, Sex Pistols, Clash, real rock and roll riffs from the early 70s, and then moving into a bit later on like the more downstroke punk rock music. That's it. We got Johan here somewhere as well. Maybe down here.
Or there.
Or there.
Or there.
Hi everyone. It's very hard to answer that, but my favorite act is John Spencer Blues Explosion. And that was happening in the 90s. So there you have it. The 90s is my answer. Bye guys.
Have a good one.
Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, you know you can't, but you can, you know why. Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, you know you can't, but you can, you know why.
By way of a slight contrast,